I welcome you all here today, the 7th of May, to our alternate Tuesday evening gathering with the guides. It's very hot here in Santa Fe. And I guess all is well in the world, depending through which lens you look. So let's ground ourselves. Feel our feet firmly planted on Mother Earth. Taking some breaths. And as we feel our connection with that stability of Mother Earth, allowing ourselves to feel this connection reaching up through our hearts, all the way up to the heavens, to Father Sky, opening that channel in the center of our very being to allow a beautiful downpouring of golden light, golden nectar pouring down through our crown, bringing with it stillness, sense of peace, allowing everything else, like a shower, to just wash away, all the way down through our feet, through this column, holding ourselves steady, feeling that stability that Mother Earth gives us, that openness from our hearts as we connect with each other, feeling the threads of our hearts weaving together, reaching out and spreading to touch the hearts of those we love, our neighbors, our friends, our family, reaching out further and further to spread light into every place that is hungry for the light, that is bathed in darkness, in hunger, despair, pain, fear. So as we allow this golden light to fill our beings, it begins to surround us with a beautiful sphere of golden light, keeping us safe, protected, so that only the highest and purest vibrations may be here in this space, holding us in the palm of God's hand, cradling us in the arms of the Great Mother, knowing that we are safe as long as we trust, as long as we face the world through our hearts instead of our minds. So we wish to welcome you today. We know that for many, the journey is very rough. As the prices increase, as more homeless people meet you on every corner, asking for something, for anything helps. As the people tell of their hardships with the Wi-Fi and the buzzing in their ears and their heads, people who cannot breathe because of the smoke, because of the toxicity in the air, because it is hot and dry and the rain does not come and everything is parched, including so many hearts. It is important for you to know that you have signed up, you have agreed, you have in fact rushed to come here now at this time. You have volunteered, and many, many, many lifetimes ago, when you were in the spirit world, you knew that you were created perhaps just for this time. That the reason you are here now is because you have the capacity to hold steady. You have the capacity to hold and expand light. And you have the ability to smile in the face of hardship, to find comfort in those things for which you have gratitude, to find enough to be able to share with others, to find that there is within you a solid core that knows that this too shall pass, and that everything that is ridden with fear will one day come to wake up to the truth of light, to the truth of God and Goddess's love, so that they will know that they too share in this light and in this love. And that if they are able to open their hearts and trust, they will find the way through whatever can be hurled at them. They will find a way to bring comfort to others where they can. They will find a way to survive and thrive. They will find a way to find peace in their hearts. They will find a way to practice anchoring their light into Mother Earth and connecting it to Father Sky and radiating it out into all space and all time. For in reality, space and time are just one. They are an interconnected wholeness that is the essence of your life upon this planet at this time. For time does not exist in a linear framework, and in many ways, nor does space. For you are moving into a quantum reality where the heart is the center, where the heart is the access point to that level of reality that is transcendental, that knows the essence of who you are as expressions of God's love, as an essence that is infinite, immortal, universal, and eternal, and cannot be harmed. For you have come and you have gone many times. You have been upon the cross, upon the stake. You have been in the gutter. You have been in the throne. And you have sat upon your meditation pillow. And you have entered into alternate realities that take you beyond all of that space and that time. And within your framework of reference, within your being, is a remembrance and a knowing that you have been everything and that you still are everything. That your souls are interconnected. Your spirits are part of the living spirit that is in all life. For you are connected to the kingdoms of the plants and the animals. You are connected to the stars and the galaxies. You are connected to the rocks, to the beautiful crystals. And you are connected to all of the hearts upon this planet and beyond. And within the crossing of time frames, within the evolution of your planet, you have come to one more threshold. You have come to a threshold where the increase of stress, where the increase of attack, of pressure upon life within your structures of city, of society, within your frameworks of reference of what you call civilization, are under tremendous pressure and are reaching melting point or breaking point. But it is very obvious and very clear that things cannot continue or will not reverse to the old normals that you once thought would continue forever. Because each new challenge requires of you to meet it with impeccability. This is why we teach the path of the spiritual warrior. For you are facing life and death situations. You are facing the greatest challenge that humankind has ever faced in all of its history or herstory. Throughout all the times, the ages, throughout all of the challenges that humans and your species have endured and survived, you are facing the possibility of annihilation. You are facing predictions and prophecies. You are facing many different points of view, all at cross purposes with one another, each one touting the truth, each one saying what is and what is not, what is acceptable and what is not. And it is time to brush off, to brush away all of that pestilence from your system, all of the inputs from the news, all of the Googles and the YouTubes and the broadcasts that come at you every day upon your screens that will give you different versions of truth, that will ask you to do things that you do not know whether they are correct or not. And so to be impeccable requires of you to go into a place of safety, a place of security, a place of very strong inner knowing and intuition that it is necessary to cultivate on a daily basis, which is why we like to always begin by anchoring your feet into Mother Earth, connecting through a column of light via your hearts with the skies above you, with the interplanetary and galactic energies of those that watch over you, the above and the below, forming this column of light, so that you can receive into your form, into your mind and heart and soul, the downpouring of light and love, of protection and guidance that is being directed towards you from so many directions, from so many beings of light, from so many systems, star systems, planetary and galactic systems, and advanced civilizations that are watching and helping you, for you are not alone. And it is also why we ask you to surround yourself with that sphere of golden light, so that nothing negative may penetrate, so that you do not allow the imprints from your childhoods, from your past, and from the media, and from those who surround you with their fear, with their predictions of gloom, and with the latest tale of horror, that you surround yourself with this golden light and you immerse yourself in a field of love, of light, of positive energy that does not allow fear, but replaces it when it first rears its head with love, with acceptance, with equanimity, with stillness and peace, and with the open heart that has the ability to discern what is true and what is not. For it is important that you have a practice, that your practice has a foundation of turning around any negative thought, any negative voice, any negative idea or conditioning, and converting it into a positive, life-enhancing energy that will not allow you to maintain any sense of depression, of overwhelm, of deciding that you want to give up. Because you have come here to be the models, to be the strong ones, to be those who can go into that heart, can go down into Mother Earth and ground yourself like the roots of the tree, can draw your sustenance from the Great Mother, can feel her energy of protection, of solidity and stability, holding you steady, allowing you to feel a sense of place. For wherever you are upon the earth, Mother Earth is beneath you. She creates for you a coordinate of above, of horizon, a vertical and a horizontal coordinate, so that you know you are at a particular latitude, at a particular longitude, and you are connected to the earth and her center, and you are connected to heaven above you, and you have a perfect alignment so that you are strong, you are stable, and you know how to trust. This is a very simple practice, for it is only the simple practices that make sense today. You do not wish to go and travel astrally into dimensions and play around with dangerous kinds of activities that open you to allow negative entities to have access. And so it is important for you to have a pure lifestyle, to eat healthily, to think healthily, to drink water, and every day to do your practice, whether it be your prayers, whether it be asking for your light to radiate and touch the hearts of those who need it, whether it be sending light and healing energy to those you know who are suffering, who are in pain, who have dis-ease in their bodies and in their minds, in their relationships and in their families. For you can do this. You have the ability and the strength. You have the experience of many lifetimes of facing challenges and coming through with flying colors. You know it is possible when you have fallen to get up again, dust yourself off, and start all over again. Perhaps to sing that song to yourself as you realize that you just fell. But it's okay, because you know how to persevere. You know what it takes to have courage. You know that you are immortal, that you are spirit itself, inhabiting a mind, body, soul, personality being. You have that wisdom, for you are not pipsqueaks, you are not spring chickens. You have been around the block many times. You are elders, you are wise ones. You know how to bring light, you know how to do ceremony. You know how to help others to heal. You know how to say a kind word and bring a smile of comfort. You know how to listen. You know how to raise your arms in prayerful thanks to the sky, to the elements, to the directions. You know how to smudge. You know how to do the things that bring you joy, that connect you to all of the elements, to all of the realms, to the kingdoms, to the water, to the air, the sky, the sun, the moon, the planets. You know how to open your heart. You know how to call upon us, to call upon all of your tunkashlas, your holy beings, your mothers, your great beings of light, your angelic ones. We are always available to listen and to send our light and our love, our warmth and our comfort. We will also help you to find solutions to those practical things in your life. Should I do this or should I do that? What shall I wear today? How can I deal with a person who does not like me? What shall I eat today? Does this serve me in nurturing my body? Is this of nutritional benefit to me? Or is it depleting my energy? What must I do to get rid of those thoughts that are running around in my head, worrying about the bills? How can I trust more? How can I go into that place of equanimity where nothing touches me, where I take a breath and I allow myself to get steady again? And I remember who I am and why I came here. I remember the light. I remember my origin. I remember everything. My mind may not remember, but my soul knows. My heart is in communication with all hearts, with all souls, with all realities and all truth. I trust my heart to guide me, to lead me. I trust my heart to keep me safe. All of us, your angels, your guides, your voices, all of us, in all of the religious practices that you do, in all your spiritual practice, all of us are within your heart. We may also have existences in other dimensions. We may also live upon another planet as one aspect of our multidimensionality. And yet so do you. And we meet in that place of the heart when the stillness enfolds you and the peace begins to fill all space within you. And you are able to see more clearly. You are able to think clearly. You do not abandon logic. You do not abandon common sense. You do not go into some fantasy. You stay fully grounded in your body, in the moment, in the breath, allowing the present moment to be all that is with you. Everything is as simple as the breath when you allow it to be so. Those solutions you have not yet thought of will show up in that breath or after the breath, when you have calmed yourself down, when you realize that your panic is an old pattern and you can rise above it, when you understand that the fear is an old friend who is asking you to take a stand and hold on to your inner knowing of courage, for you have survived this far. You have thrived. You have managed to find the food. You have managed to find the shelter. You have managed to find the capacity, your automobile, to have mobility. You have clothes upon your back. You have water. You still have shelves upon your supermarkets and your health food stores that you can consume to keep your bodies alive. You have the ability to figure out your budget so that you maintain a balance. For you are not being asked to live in some airy-fairy spiritual realm. You are being asked and expected to live fully present within your bodies, feeling what your body feels, feeling your emotions, allowing them to exist, to share with you the wisdom that they carry, to recognize that you are not your emotions, even if you entertain them and speak with them and learn from them. Just as you are not your thoughts or your belief systems, even if you do create your reality from your belief systems. And if you are not comfortable with the reality that you have, then we recommend that you change your belief systems, that you do not reinforce the negative voices or the worry or the fear, but you look at it bravely. For no matter what is going on around you, you have that capacity. You have that sword of truth within you as your central column. You have that stability when you do your practice, when you do the stilling of the mind, when you still the palpitations of the heart through your breath, through your presence, through your wisdom. When you go to nature, you will find that there is the greatest comfort you can find. There is the example of what life can be, a harmony and a balance and beauty, the sense of livingness and the colors and the fragrances and the feeling of the breeze, the creatures as you observe them when they are happy to show up for you. The clarity and power and beauty and stillness and movement of the waters. You can feel that tree behind your back as you stand with your back to it or sit beside with your back. or you put your arms around it, and you feel that connection all the way down into the earth. The connection with the mycelia, with the little creatures that make the compost, the bacteria and the viruses, the little cells of the roots absorbing the moisture and the nutrients and sending it up through the trunk, all the way up to the branches and the leaves, the canopy, to spread their fragrance and their vapors out into the atmosphere to communicate with each other. And you can be a part of that communication where everything is connected, where when you go into nature, you know that you are part of something bigger, that you do not have to struggle, that you do not have to effort, that you can allow ease and grace and magic, the serendipities, to shower you with benefit, that the universe only wishes the highest good for you and will provide it as you trust it to do so. For the universe is an extension of your interconnectedness with all of life and with all that is, that which you call God or the Great Spirit or the Great Mystery. It cannot abandon you, and you are not alone. You cannot be alone. It is only the mind that separates, the conditioning. It is only the programming that makes you separate yourself from others. And it is time to change the programming. For the ones who suffer are you, as much as the ones who thrive are you. You are all connected. It is up to you to bring light wherever you go, for that light will shine upon others and it will spread. And you may never know. You may never know how it touches another heart on the other side of this planet when you send out that radiance of love, of light, of blessing, of healing. When you pray for someone who is having a hard time and you send them light and you ask the angels to help them, they will answer the call as long as the free will of that individual allows it. For this is the greatest gift you have received of free will, the ability to choose in each moment. Will I choose love? Will I choose trust? Or will I choose fear? We have spoken enough for today. Remember that it is your task to be the light, to shine the light, to absorb and receive the light that is being beamed at you from all around this planet, from far distant galaxies, and that you are connected through your multidimensionality to all that is, that you can call upon us anytime, and then in the stillness, listen to our answers. You can trust that you will always be protected, that you will always be safe, as long as you are able to go into your heart and you can trust and develop that muscle of trust. It will be necessary for you to have patience. Everything will turn around. Everything that is of the dark, of the evil energies, will come to an end, and the life will restore itself, and the world will embrace the new earth, all in the correct timing. And you will help with every positive thought, with every smile, with every word of comfort, with every positive thought, and with every sense of stillness and peace that you can muster. You make a difference. Please do not forget that. You have the capacity to make a difference in both a negative and a positive direction. And free will gives you the choice. And we advise and ask you to always choose the positive direction for everything, so that you can build the new earth from your hearts outwards, so that you are creating it with every breath. We love you. We are with you. We speak with one voice because we do not wish to make distinctions of who is this or who is that. You can call us angels or guides or whatever you like. We still love you, no matter what you call us. We will take a break, and when we return in about 5 minutes, we will be ready for your questions. We thank you for your presence here. We will stop the recording. Oh.